Good morning and welcome also from my side to our webinar today. I would like to present you a very interesting topic, unified basic panels. So let's start. First of all, a few words about our agenda. At first, I will present you information about whole panels portfolio. Then we will talk about mounting and resolution compatibility for unified basic panels, about hardware, release scope, connectivity. Then I will give a bit more information about remote operation, quantity structure, and license. And at the end, we will talk about the next steps and about important milestones. So, as you know, we have a lot of different kinds of panels and how to group them. On the bottom, you can see on the white part our classic panels that are active on the market. They are based on WinCC system. So we have basic panel second generation. We have comfort panels in different variations like comfort panels Pro and Inox. Also, we have mobile panels, outdoor panels, and thin client panels beside that. On the top, you can see our new unified panels based on WinCC unified system. So there are also different variants of the panels. Already active on the market are unified comfort panels in two different designs, standard and neutral, and also unified comfort Pro and unified comfort hygienic. So, and of course, highlight today, the focus today is on unified basic panels as a new generation of basic panel, second generation. These panels are very important devices for modern small scoped applications. So let's start with mounting and resolution topic. You can see on the slide three layers, starting with basic panel second generation. In the middle, you can see our focus, unified basic panels, and unified comfort panels on the bottom. As you can see, there are 4 different sizes of unified basic panels: 4-inch, 7-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. That means WinCC unified portfolio was extended with 2-inch panel. So unified basic panels have resolution and mounting compatibility with unified comfort panels, as you can see. It applies to 7, 10, and 12-inch, of course, because there are no 4-inch panel for unified comfort family. So it means if you have, for example, unified comfort panels in 7-inch and you want to switch to unified basic panel 7-inch, it could be really less problems with it because it's fully 100% resolution and mounting compatible. So in case if you have basic panel second generation, mounting compatibility exists for 4, 7, and 12-inch panels. You have just replace your device and that's it. Only transition from 9-inch basic panels to 10-inch unified basic panels could be a bit more complicated because you have to enlarge the cutout. Then that way you can replace 2-inch basic panel with a 10-inch unified basic panel. So the next topic is hardware, very important. Unified basic panels will come with plastic frame in comparison to unified comfort panels that has aluminum frame. Unified basic panels have glass multi-touch front like by unified comfort panels and Siemens branding. In case of unified basic panels, we don't have neutral design, only standard design with a Siemens logo. So regarding interfaces, unified basic panels have one Ethernet port, 1 gigabit with PN basic services. In comparison to unified comfort panel, they have 2 ports. Also, unified basic panels support USB hardware. We have 2 USB 3.0 ports available, and also known from unified comfort panels, a reset button to reset device to factory settings. Very important point here, all the sizes of unified basic panel from 4 to 12 inch have the same CPU. This is 4-core CPU and 2 gigabyte RAM. It means that the performance is the same for all unified basic panel sizes. So what unified basic panels don't have is a serial interface. It's not available. Is not available. And SD card is also not available, what automatically means that auto backup is not supporting with unified basic panels. One more important thing here, unified basic panels don't have keys like basic panel second generation, for example. In general, unified panels family don't have keys anymore, but it's possible to add it additionally with additional hardware. And one more important thing about certification, this is not on this slide, but AX or ITEC certification will be not available for unified basic panels, but in plan is that we will have a marine certification. So next, release scope. So at first, modern UA, most of the modern UA features coming with unified runtime are supported for unified basic panels. Very important, all basic and objects and elements are supporting. This means, for example, gauge control is also available in comparison to basic panel second generation. What else? Of course, alarm control, trend control, screen window, face plates, parameter set control, web control, also dynamic SVG available for unified basic panels. And in near future, with version 19 of TIA Portal, with updates, will come process control, and reporting is in planning. What will not come is functional trend control, media player, trend companion, custom web control, process diagnostic, and audit. So next topic, from standardization point of view, as I already mentioned, we have a glass front with multi-touch functionality. Also, we have a scripting, which also a very important function, which gives more flexibility to any application. We have all system functions. All system functions are available for unified comfort panel, basic panels. Of course, when there are in scope of unified basic panel functionality. For example, we have system function to call third-party applications. Then they don't exist for unified basic panels because it's not in scope of functionality, but all other system functions are there. So also user management, local and central, and what in planning is RFID support. What we don't have regarding standardization are industrial edge, third-party applications. In this case, that means that the applications you can find on the control panel of unified comfort panel, like Excel view, Word document, email client, and so on, that applications are not available for unified basic panel because unified basic panels are closed embedded systems. Also, we don't have runtime openness and device openness. Next topic, connectivity. What we offer for first release, one client, one web client, is available without license. You don't have to buy it. It's already included. OPC UA client, third-party drivers like Modbus, TCP, Ellen, Redley, Omron, and so on are also available for unified basic panels. And with version 19 of TIA Portal Update 1 will come network drive access, and in planning is whole logo support and unified collaboration. Okay, so what we don't have regarding connectivity, smart server will be not available, and OPC UA server. So a bit more information, a bit more comments regarding connectivity. As I already mentioned, unified basic panels have 1 gigabit interface. This port is supporting S7 and S7 Plus communication. Also PN basic services like LLDP, SNMP, DCP, and so on is also available. Our Profinet or our TCP communication, you can download your project using this port, and also reset the factory settings will be possible over the Ethernet port. Next topic, remote operation. It's really one of the most important things supporting for unified basic panels. One web client is included, and one license is already included there. You don't have to pay for it, but this license is not extendable. So remote operations means you can connect one web client to unified basic panels from web browsing remotely. You can use for it PC, handy tablet, any device, and operate runtime asynchronously. In this case, asynchronously means that operator in front of unified basic panel and operator in front of your remote PC or tablet don't see the same screens. But when they operate unified basic panel from both sides, the tech value change will be seen synchronously. And this is the biggest difference to smart client. The next topic is quantity structure. So it's really important aspect for unified basic panels because it's a point of differentiation between basic panel second generation and unified comfort panel and unified basic panel. And it's also very important modernization or migration point. By development was decided to do the significant or very strong differentiation between unified comfort panel and unified basic panel, and slightly light differentiation between basic panel second generation and unified basic panel. So here on the screen, in this slide, you can see a few examples. One important example, of course, number of supported tags. The tags, you can see they was increased in compared to basic panel second generation from 800 to 1000 tags, and in case of unified comfort panels, it is 8000. If we have a look in 7 connections, unified basic panels have 7 connections. It is 4 connections less than by unified by basic second generation, and 4 connections more for unified comfort panels. If you have a look into the UMAC and runtime languages, you can see this is the same like by unified comfort panel. It was done because of possibility easy device change from unified comfort panel to unified basic panel. Next is license compatibility. For our new customer, you can buy any package of unified to engineer unified basic panels, especially if you have different products from unified portfolio in your project. You don't have to buy different licenses. You can buy one and also engineer unified basic panels with it. Also, important point here, the license of WinCC Unified is also valid for engineering using WinCC, and WinCC Unified Basic engineering can be engineered with thematic step 7 basic or professional. For our existing customer, it does not matter what kind of WinCC engineering license you have. From version 11 to version 18, you can use it to engineer the new unified basic panel, of course. And yeah, for both cases, it is not parallel installation of WinCC Professional Engineering and WinCC Unified possible on one PC. It's very important here. So it just on this slide, you can see just ordering information, a few MLFBs, and all the ordering information you will find on the CEO's internet site. Here you see engineering trial license ordering information, and here on this slide, information about engineering power packs. So next is, what is the next step? Of course, first release will come with a version 18 update 3 of TIA Portal, and of course, consecutive releases will be continued also after TIA Portal version 19. So, and new TIA Portal version 19 functionalities will come step by step to unified basic panel. So we know that unified story is not fulfilled. Now there are some functionalities that will be developed for new versions. And when these functions of features and new functionality are in scope of unified basic panel, then they will be added automatically to unified basic panels. So it's very important because in that way will be realized a smooth device change, and all in-scope functionalities have the same behavior as in unified comfort panel or in the PC. And important milestones, first visible, first time you will see unified comfort basic panel, with release of TIA Portal update version 18 update 3 in the middle of October. And sales release is today, 12th of October, and end of October will be delivery release. So that's it from my side. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Yes, thank you, Alexandra. And we already have 3 questions. I just will start with the first one. The first one was popped up regarding page 4. And which of these panels can be mounted in ATEX Zone 1 and 2?
Good questions.
I can answer it.
Okay,
perfect.
Thank you, Denny.
They cannot be answered in ATEX zones because they don't have got a certification for ATEX.
Okay, so it's not possible.
No, for this you have to use a unified comfort panel.
Okay, thanks for the answer. And the next question is, what is meant by process control in this context?
Process control.
It's the process diagnosis viewer.
Oh, process diagnosis, yeah, ProDiag.
No, not ProDiag.
Oh,
process diagnostics viewer is for the analyzing of your PLC. So
okay.
your I/O system, distributed systems, and so on.
Okay, and then there is the question, does it support, these are 2 questions, and does it support time synchronization with NTP? And are the quantity values, tags, connections, screens, etc. approximate limits or hard limits?
So I think I will take this question with me.
Okay, and then I will answer.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, for sure. NTP time synchronization is supported in this case. Yeah.
Okay.
And the limits are, as usual, soft limits. So you can overstep them, but okay, then you are in a range which isn't tested. So these values are there for a good reason. So all of the panels fulfill a system test, and these are the test specification. And in between these limits, we are guarantee you that the panel works great or well. And if you're overstepping the limits, you are out of the limits. And I think you can imagine what can happen. We cannot guarantee you that everything will work fine.
Okay. And then there's the question if the slides or the presentation will be shared at the end of the webinar. Of course, it will be shared. You can find the recording and the slides of today afterwards in the Partner Academy, in the FA Partner Academy, a few days after the webinar. Then we have one last question. Can this panel user administration be linked to a domain? Is it possible?
User, I'm not sure.
You have to clarify this question afterwards.
Yeah, I think I will clarify it with product owner.
Okay, then we will put this question into the slides. So you will find this question and the answer afterwards in the presentation that we will share with you. And one last question before we go on. The question is, currently unified panels are not fully supported by TIA currently unified panels are not fully supported by TIA multi-user. Editing screens is only possible on the project server. Is there a plan to include this in the next version of TIA Portal or TIA multi-user?
So good questions. I also have to clarify it.
It's definitely not included in the update 3, so we have to take a look at it regarding the planning.
All right, then we will also put this into the presentation afterwards. And 2 more questions. Should we go on with the presentation, or do we have time to answer it right now, or should we answer it at the end of the presentation, the next 2 questions? Okay. Yeah, I just will read it out. Array is considered one tag.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, the question is, array is considered one tag. I'm not sure if the question is clear.
One tag, yeah, one data type, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is the question if OpenPipe is supported.
I'm not really sure at the moment.
Me too. We'll take it with us.
Okay, then we take this also with us.
Mm.
Yes, that's all questions from the chat and the Q&A. And I think, Danny, we can go on.
All right. So then, hello and welcome from my side. Let me share my screen. Okay.
And we can see your slides.
Thank you. Yeah, I would like to present you the next 2 topics. So the modernization to WinCC Unified, and then afterwards some informations regarding the updates which we got in TIA Portal version 18, update 1 and update 2 with a special scope on our unified devices. So let's start with the modernization. So I want to give you a quick overview regarding the process itself. So normally we will need a lot more of time to explain the whole process in detail. So hopefully I can get it done that you get an overview and also a feeling about what it means to modernize at the moment the comfort panel to a WinCC Unified comfort panel. Yeah. Okay, in general, what is the modernization to WinCC Unified? And we define it this way. So the modernization to WinCC Unified is a process. Yeah. So for converting comfort panels into unified comfort panels. And yes, for sure, this will also be available in the future for basic panels, to unified basic panels. And yeah, this conversion allows you to update your old system to the new WinCC unified system, and which offers you the improved functionality, security, and flexibility of the WinCC unified system. With the modernization process, you will get a project at the end with the same functionalities as your old system, but adapted to the new requirements of the WinCC unified panels. And together to this, since WinCC unified offers modern style, you will also get a new modern style for the complete project. This means that you can continue using your existing application, but with the added benefits of the unified comfort panel. So, and here at this point, I think it is a good time to clarify some terms, because here there are also some bigger changes. So in the past, we offering you a one-to-one migration, So a migration means the automatic transfer of all project data between two systems with just a few clicks, The result is a project in a new system with the same functionalities, And I think this kind of procedure may be familiar to those of you who have switched, for example, from a multi-panel to a comfort panel. Okay, so, but now in WinCC Unified, to move to WinCC Unified, there's no option to directly migrate the comfort panel configuration to a unified comfort panel caused by the major functional differences that results from the evolution of the panels, And you can imagine, I think, if you compare the existing comfort panel with the unified comfort panels, there are a lot of differences included. Differences can or are, for example, the different operating system. So comfort panel uses Windows CE as operating system. Our unified comfort panel is using a Linux operating system. And also the concepts which were used in the visualization softwares are completely different, So also the runtime system is a complete new development, or was also completely new developed. And there are no big possibilities to offer a migration in this case because the technology is too different, And also it doesn't make any sense to migrate anything because then you cannot use all of the benefits which offers WinCC Unified to you. So modernization. So there are two types of modernizations which can be done. So the first one is you do a modernization like I will show it to you in the next slides. So you're following the modernization process and you retaining as much data as possible from the old project to the unified project. And you can see it at the circle of the right side. Half of the time is time which is needed for the automated conversion, and the rest of the time, or a lot of time, you have to spend for some manual adaptations based on the new concepts in WinCC Unified. And then maybe also that would be a way you can go is the modernization from the scratch. That means, okay, I start directly from the scratch. Maybe I take over some little datas, for example, tech management and so on. But the rest of the project will get completely new re-engineered. Okay, so in the next slides I will explain to you the procedure for the complete modernization. And the complete modernization includes mainly 3 packages. That means started with and analysis. Yeah, so it's very important to evaluate the possibilities of the project conversion. That means before you start, it's very important, or I think for nearly everybody, it's important to get an overview about, okay, how much effort do we have to spend to modernize my project? Yeah, which functions can be converted into WinCC Unified without any changes? Where do I have to do some manual adaptations, and also, yeah, how to get to the modernization step by step. Yeah, so package 1 analysis means to get an overview, and also to be able to take a decision to modernize or not to modernize. Then, so if you want to modernize, package 2 is then the part of the automatic conversion. To perform a partial conversion of the project automatically. So in this case, the automatic conversion can be executed or done by our automation tool, Data Unified. I will also come in detail to Data Unified in one of the next slides. And then package 3, it's called fine-tuning. Means there you have to do all of the manual adaptations for finishing the modernization. And if you think about the new concepts on WinCC Unified, we are now using web technologies and so on. For example, one of these manual adaptations are the screen navigation. Since we are now working with screen windows and so on, and we cannot decide for you how your screen navigation should look like. This is something you have to do manually afterwards by hand. And this depends also some other topics or functionalities in WinCC Unified, which can at the moment not be automatically converted. Okay, so here this slide shows the complete process of the modernization in detail. So you will start with an WinCC Comfort Panel project, and it will start with a project analysis to get all of the most important informations out of the existing project. So this is also one of the most important steps here, because maybe you are not familiar with the project, maybe you have not engineered it on your own. So here in this case, the complete application will be analyzed, so screen by screen, object by object. And in the end, there will be an overview about all of the existing objects and functionalities which were used in the Comfort Panel application. So if they can be directly converted to WinCC Unified, or maybe I need to get a solution, for example, via workarounds in WinCC Unified, or maybe at the moment this is a hard functional limitation. That means, okay, this functionality is not available in WinCC Unified. So the analysis itself, you don't have to do it on your own. So we're offering you the possibility that we will create the report for you. And this can be done via the WinCC Unified Modernization Checker tool. I will get through this in the next slide, and also how it looks like and what you will get at the end. Okay, then we come to the package 2. It means the automatic conversion. So before the automatic conversion can be started, some preparation steps are needed, and they are needed that Data Unified, so our conversion tool is able to convert as much data as possible to WinCC Unified. These are just some basic preparations. So for example, you have to change some characters in the naming of your screen objects which are not supported by Data Unified, for example. And then the next step is the automatic conversion with data to unified. So data unified is also topic for one of the next slides. So then the automatic conversion part is finished. The next step will be, here it would be a good point to get the project, which is a unified project, to a status there where it can be simulated. Yeah. So there you have to take care about maybe some compile errors, warnings, and so on, so that you are able to set the project to simulating mode for the first time. Yeah, and yeah, this is very important, because if you are then changing to the fine-tuning package, you have to retest all of your changes. Yeah, so normally you will start with the screen navigation or the rebuilding of the screen navigation. And if you have got a project with a lot of compile errors, it's not possible to check if you are, if the points you have changed in your project are working or not. Yeah. So since we also have done the experience that it would be better to take care about the problems before. So be sure or take it very serious that you will get the panel or the project to a simulation mode before you start with the fine-tuning. So fine-tuning, as I told you, can be the recreating of the screen navigation, adapting the faceplates, take care about the user management controls, and there's also a good point to include also some of the new unified functionalities. And the last point will be then a testing phase. Means, okay, here, I will test the WinCC unified projects, so in case the functionality, and I compare it to the functionality from the old WinCC Comfort project. So this is also very important. Okay, so let's take a deeper look into the project analysis. Yeah. So the goal of the analysis part is to identify all of the differences between the comfort and unified versions of the project. And once you have identified all of the differences between the comfort and unified versions of the project, you can then start looking for solutions. And there are a few different types of solutions that you might consider. So solutions can come in the form of new concepts. So this is quite normal, because the concepts in WinCC unified for a lot of functions are completely different than before. So think about screen navigation via screen windows. It can maybe at the moment be a workaround. That means, okay, I can get the same functionality like before, but with an applicative solution. So which is unified at the moment, there is no existing functionality included which can be directly used, so that it can be a workaround. Or maybe there's no solution for the difference, and then it's really a functional limitation. Yeah. So that can be, for example, at the moment then you are using a Profibus connection, for example. Okay, so as I already told you, you don't have to take care about the analysis yourself. So we are offering you the possibility that we will execute the analysis for you. So for this, you can find an online service in our Siemens Industry online support sites, and it's called the WinCC Unified Modernization Checker. The only thing you have to do there is that you have to create a printout out of your existing Comfort Panel project. It means you print the complete project and also the library in a PDF form, and then you have to upload these two files to the Modernization Checker tool, and afterwards, you will receive a complete report. Yeah. I will also show you how the report looks like in the next slide. So based on the use functional scope of your comfort panel application, the tool provides you detailed report and insights about what to be attentive for while using WinCC Unified to modernize. Yeah. And here we have a short overview or look at how this report looks like. Yeah. So the report includes 6 different chapters. Yeah. And it's starting with a normal introduction, so some general informations regarding the document. And then it would be, then it come to the more interesting part. So at first, there's also a chapter which you have to check on your own. So the checker tool itself cannot check all of the functionalities which are included in the project because they are not included in the PDF printout. Yeah, so some of the points you have to check on your own. So this can be, okay, does the comfort panel is used as an I/O device, or as I told you before, does it use a Profibus connection, and so on. Okay, then chapter 3. I think if you at first take a look at the report, this is the most important chapter for you, a complete result of the analysis. So a summary of all the found functionality. This amount of functionalities needs to be converted. They can be converted, but you need to use a workaround to recreate them in WinCC Unified. And also here you get an overview about the functionalities which cannot be converted at the moment. Yeah. Chapter 4 gives you then an overview about the classified functions founded in your TIA portal project. And chapter 5 again is a more detailed overview. And chapter 6 is about solutions. So as I told you, in case you have to use a workaround, also all of the needed workarounds are included in this report. Yeah, so you can use the report as a guideline to get through the complete modernization for this special project. Because if you go there step by step through the chapter, from chapter 5, and you're working through the chapters, at the end you will get a complete modernized project. So I totally use this as a guideline to get through the modernization process. The report is needed at first for the analysis part, and also at the end at the fine-tuning part, because here in this document you also get an overview about all of the changes you have to do manually after the automated conversion. All right, so about the automated conversion. Yeah, for the automated conversion, we are using the tool Data Unified. So Data Unified is a TIA portal add-in, which is used for the converting of the mass data of your project into WinCC Unified projects. It's completely free, so it costs you nothing. It can be downloaded also via the Siemens Industry Online Support sites. And it will be the tool you will need for the modernization in general. Yeah, so what is able to convert with Data Unified? So screen management means, okay, all kind of templates. A lot of screen objects, animations, supported system functions means, okay, if the system functions already existing in WinCC Unified, they can be converted. HMI tags, HMI alarms, and also the archives. And together through this, I also will give you an overview about the current roadmap for Data Unified. So as I told you, it is and it will also be the tool for the modernization. And yeah, at the 6th of October, the version 3.1 was released. So you can see now it's also included, already starting with the conversion of the faceplates. So with the newest version, it's possible to convert faceplate types, inclusive the screen items inside of the faceplate. And yeah, also the conversion of additional system functions are now included. So in detail, the system functions which are part of update 1 and update 2 of Unified version 18. Yeah. So the plan is to increase the functionality of Data Unified so that the time you will need for the automatic conversion will be expanded. So this is, I think, something which will help us all. So in the end, we will reduce the time you will need to spend for the manual adaptations. And yeah, the next version of Data Unified will then include the conversion of faceplate types regarding the interfaces and dynamizations, and also the further support of project elements. And so with every tier portal version, every update of tier portal, we will include some new functionalities also for Data Unified. Okay, so some less information regarding the manual adaptations. So the purpose of this step is to perform the necessary manual adaptations to complete the modernization of your existing project. Yeah. And yeah, as I told you, this step is a manual step. So there we have to include all of the new concepts, for example, screen navigation, parameters, set types, all of the functionalities which are now different in WinCC Unified. And so the last information I want to give you are, we already have got some existing materials for the modernization. So there is a separate web page just for the modernization. So there you will find a lot of helpful things, videos, guidelines, also the possibility to take part at one of our modernization bootcamps. So here, for your information, we are also offering, we call it bootcamp for the modernization, also for our partners. So here in these bootcamps, you will learn how to modernize a project. You will get a complete overview about the process, and also you will learn how to use the tools, get familiar with the process. Also, you will be able to get a better feeling what it means to modernize. Yeah. We're also offering you a complete guideline for the modernization. So a complete guideline which you can follow for the modernization of your project to WinCC Unified. And yeah, again, for the analysis part, we are offering you the modernization checker. That we analyze the existing component project for you, and you will receive the report as a result within some days. Yeah. Okay, any questions so far for the modernization part?
Not so far.
All right. If not, then I will continue with some great news regarding version 18, update 1 and update 2. So in detail, these are not all of the news or included functionalities. I just want to show you these or the functionalities which are the most important ones for our unified devices. Yeah. All right, let's start. We have got different topics. Well, there are different topics I want to show you. So beginning with some information about upgrading the device versions of the faceplates, because it's very important, because the workflow was changed. Then some new functionalities regarding the usability, engineering, user management, audit trail, and also system diagnostics. Okay, so let's start directly. So yeah, as usual, there are new device versions for the update 1 and the update 2 available. If you want to use the new functional scope of update 1 and 2, you have to change the device version of your existing device to the new one. Yeah? So that's quite normal. And yeah, the next point concerns the use of faceplates that were already created with an earlier device version. So that means, okay, if you are using faceplates which you have created in version 17, for example, it's important to know that faceplates are not automatically converted to the device versions of version 18 and version 18 update 1. So if the faceplates should use the functional scope which is available from version 18 update and version 18 update 1, you have to adjust them manually. And yeah, this manual change or manual upgrade follows defined workflow, and this workflow was optimized with the update 1. So before the update 1, it was, for example, necessary to duplicate the faceplate type and replace the existing instance with the newly created type. And this workflow has been optimized with update 1 so that only 3 important steps are necessary. So the first step is the upgrade of the device version of your existing unified device. The second step is the upgrade of the device versions of your, for example, faceplate types in the library. And the last step is then you need to edit the faceplate type. Yeah, and then you can use the new functional scope of version 18 update, or version 18 update 1. So for the update of the library versions, yeah, the device versions of the faceplates can be upgraded directly in the project library. Here you can find also an overview of the lowest device version for which the faceplate can be used. Yeah, to upgrade the device version, you can find the option upgrade device version in the context menu. The corresponding new device version must then be selected, and the faceplate can then be expanded with the new functional scope. So let's continue with new features regarding usability, engineering, and dynamizations. So the IO field receives a new input finish event to respond to user inputs. Yeah, so on the properties of the IO field, there's also, together to this, a new property. It's called reaction to input. And here you can specify whether the value should be adopted when you press the enter key on the touch keyboard, for example, or when changing the focus to another object. Yeah, so you can see it at the screenshots on the right side. So also there's now possibility for hidden input, for example. So the functionality of the IO fields was extended. Yeah, and yeah, you will see a lot of these new functions will cover the functionality of the functionalities in our comfort panel. So they are for a good reason. So to get further with the modernization topic and to be able to convert as more functionalities as before. So also new with the update 1 is the main screen window. So the main screen window can be configured at the screen management folder. And the main screen window basically acts as a start screen. And you will need it, or it's necessary if you want to access and dynamize properties like the zoom factor, the scroll position, and the screen name, and react on their changes. Yeah, so in general, you just have to use it if you want to access one of these properties, but it's not needed in general to use a main screen window, just if you want to dynamize some of these objects. Okay, so for the next functionality, new feature, you have to use the main screen window. By using, or let me start from the beginning. It's about the functionality to change a screen by number. So a well-known function, also out of the comfort panels. So by using the new screen main window, it's then also possible to trigger a screen change via a PLC tag. For this, you only need to dynamize the screen property with a corresponding PLC tag. The screen number can then be set in the properties of the corresponding screen. So it means every screen also get a new property for the screen number. I think it's a well-known function, and it's now also possible to do a screen change by number in WinCC Unified. I think a lot of you are familiar with the system functions for the keyboard operation for screen objects in WinCC Comfort Advanced. So from the version from the update 1 onwards, there are now the first system functions to trigger toolbar button functions via external buttons. The system function used for this in WinCC Unified is called execute toolbar button. At the moment, the system function supports the alarm control, the parameter set control, and also the system diagnostic control. And here, for the alarm control, at the moment, the single and group acknowledgement buttons are currently supported and can be executed via external buttons. Let's take a look at the possibilities at the parameter control. So with the parameter set control, at the moment, all toolbar functions are already supported and can be triggered via external buttons. And here is also important information. So the toolbar buttons of the control don't have to be visible in the control. So you can also hide them and execute all of the functionalities via the execute toolbar system function via external buttons. The same applies to the diagnostic control system, where all toolbar buttons are also already supported. Okay, let's change to the user management. So regarding the user management, the number of failed login attempts for users can now be activated in runtime. So here you also have the option to set the number of failed attempts. So if a user has been deactivated due to too many failed attempts, he can be reactivated via the UMC. So on Unified Comfort Panel, if you've got a user with the user administration rights, he can access the user management control, and then he's able to reactivate the deactivated users. So the settings can be found at your runtime settings of your projected unified device at the point security and account deactivation. So the next new function for the user management is the function show login dialog. It's also a well-known functionality. So this means it's now possible to log in users directly or to change users in runtime. So it's also a needed functionality. I'm sorry. This functionality was needed because before update 1 there was no possibility to directly log in a user via a dialog. So just simply use the system function show login dialog to directly log in a user, change users, and so on. Okay, so audit trail. Let's continue with the new functionalities regarding the audit trail. Audit trail has now been expanded to include the function of the first and second electronic signature. In user management, there are now the rights first and second electronic signature, which can be selected as rights for the roles. So the rights can then be given to different users or even to one user. So here we also extend the current functionality of the audit trail or good manufacturing practice. So if the good manufacturing practice has been activated in the runtime settings of your project, the properties for the GMP are available for the HMI tags. So if the tag has been activated as GMP relevant, the confirmation type electronic signature can then be selected. And here you can then choose between the base functionality, which is extended with the option of electronic signature, so without the function rights being needed, and advanced functionality with the option for the 2 electronic signatures. There the required function rights can then be selected for the confirmation type electronic signature. Okay, so last topic regarding the update 1 is the extended functionality of the system diagnosis control. Sorry. So the system diagnosis control is now available in 3 different view types. The view types can either be permanently defined in the control or can be switched in runtime by using the switching button on the control. Here you can choose between the matrix view, where you have the possibility to check the status of your PLCs and their lower level hardware components. The diagnostic view, which shows the diagnostic buffer of the PLC with the diagnostic events and the currently selected PLC, and the distributed I/O view, which does the same for your I/Os. One note here. The diagnostic and distributed I/O view as standard. So if you select it directly at the control or at the engineering, only works with 1 PLC connection and 1 distributed I/O module at the moment. So let's continue with the information regarding update 2. First of all, we have the well-known system function for cleaning the touchscreen. System function activate clean screen is now available and is unified, can be found under the main folder screens for the system functions, and can be provided with a timeout accordingly. And the maximum timeout type that can be set here is 300 seconds. Another new system function is the set PLC date time function. With this system function, it is possible to transfer the data or the date and the time of the HMI device to a 7, 1200 or 1500 PLC. So the PLC applies then the data and the time of the HMI device. The function can be used either for a specific 1200, 1500 PLC connection or for all created connections. Also with the update 2, we are getting new system tags. The system tags are called OP state and OP state control. And they are here for the operating state of our 7, 1200 and 1500 PLCs. And you will get this set of system tags for each created HMI connection. So with the system tag OP state, the corresponding mode of the PLC, for example, stop mode, run mode, can be evaluated in the HMI, and with the system tag OP state control, the mode of the corresponding PLC can be set from the HMI. One hint here, if you try to set the OP state system tag, the O field turns red as a feedback that this action is not permitted. So the last new feature I would like to mention are the new system functions for the inching. Their improvements have been made to the typing operation here to rely on the values written in the PLC and displayed in the user interface. I would recommend you to use the new inching system functions instead of the normal text system functions. All right. Thank you.